Hey, how we doing, guys? So it's Liam. If you don't know me, I've been in the gym for almost 4 years straight. I haven't really missed a day now. I've also helped over 20 people find their own consistent gym routine. So in this video, I'm going to go over the 5 stages of becoming consistent in the gym that pretty much every gym goer experiences. I want to preface this because fear only exists in the vague, not the specific. So once I map out what will happen as you try to get fit and just the roller coaster of emotions, it's not going to be a surprise after this video. So let's get into it real quick. I got this from Alex Hormozi. He talks a lot about this in the context of entrepreneurship. So I'm going to tell you how it applies to getting in shape. So there's 5 stages. Once you know these, nothing's going to be a surprise and it'll be a lot easier to be consistent. Stage 1, we start with uninformed optimism. For gym goers, this happens anywhere between days 3 to 5. So day 1 was probably super exciting in the gym. You walked into maybe Planet Fitness, you hit chest and triceps, and you say, man, that wasn't so bad. Then day 2, you have about half of the inspiration. And then day 3, you just want to hit snooze and go back to sleep. It could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less than that. But now you've been informed as to how hard this whole gym thing is going to be. It's not just a cakewalk. So therefore you are pessimistic and you're not looking forward to the next 80 years of the gym thing. So you think, this is pretty damn hard. It can't really get any worse, can it? Wrong. This is the most important stage, the most pivotal stage. This is the valley of despair. This is about after week 1 in the gym and just trying to get healthy in general. You've made no progress. It only seems to get harder and harder. And this is the point at which there's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's seemingly no way out. You're thinking, okay, maybe this fitness stuff has worked for other people, but it's not going to work for me. Can you see why this stage is so pivotal? It's because 99% of people are going to stop right here. They're going to throw the towel and they're going to say, hey, maybe being out of shape and being unconfident and being unhealthy wasn't so bad. That's a very comforting lie. Then they go back to drinking Coronas, eating crumble cookies, smoking Zop, whatever it looks like. That's what 99% of people do. So if you just don't do that, then you get jacked. What if you just keep going? Then what? That brings us to stage 4. This is where it gets fun. This is my favorite stage of any endeavor. It's called informed optimism. So this typically occurs in the context of the gym between months 1 and 3. So you've stuck it out past the valley of despair and you've pushed through the inevitable suck of getting up in the morning and constantly filling your blood with muscle, filling your muscles with blood for 45 minutes every day. And finally, you understand why everyone even goes to the gym. Your energy is starting to feel like it was when you were, 10 years old. You start feeling healthier. Your friend group says, hey, those workouts are really starting to pay off. That's a direct quote from when I started working out. You walk into the gym and you aren't wondering what everyone else is thinking about you. That sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? Well, the truth is that that friction point is only a few weeks long. That valley of despair, it does not last forever. And I feel like understanding this cycle can get you to stage 4, which again is where everything's fun. It's where you're informed and optimistic. As opposed to when you first started, you were completely uninformed. You had no idea how hard it was going to be, and that's why you were optimistic. In stage 4, you're optimistic because you've seen some progress. You've learned how to be happy with fitness. And then stage 5 is success and fulfillment. So this is somewhere between 6 and 12 months in the gym. At this stage, you can confidently go to any pool party. You can take your shirt off. You can be proud of what you've worked for. At this stage, you look forward to the morning workouts. It's kind of like your escape. The gym is your happy place. You don't care about crumble cookie anymore. You think ground beef and fruit tastes better. At this point, you don't really need to worry about consistency. You've more or less drilled exercise and healthy lifestyle into your psyche. So I want to bring this home by talking about how, yes, in the gym I've seen this. I've also seen this in every single endeavor that I've encountered. So I started guitar about 5 years ago. And I was excited. My mom said, "Hey, you want to go play guitar?" I was like, "This sounds cool." I was uninformed and optimistic. I started, and for 3 weeks, I hated it. I went to lessons with this random Japanese guy. He barely spoke English, and I'd go in there. It hurt my fingers. I was like, wow, this sucks. Then I kept going until I think it was about week 4. I told my mom I didn't want to go to that guy anymore. And then I started teaching myself just with YouTube. And I remember after getting that first lick of success, I wanted to quit, but I got that first lick of success when I taught myself my own song that I got addicted to it, and I've played guitar for 5 years. For jiu-jitsu, bro, I hated jiu-jitsu for at least 3 to 5 months. I was in the valley of despair for way longer than I've ever been, but I stuck through it. Now I'm a blue belt. I love jiu-jitsu. I think I've reached success and fulfillment. I'm not going to be a professional jiu-jitsu fighter, but in the context of jiu-jitsu, I found my personal success. So it's not about some special hack. I think that if you can realize and recognize these cycles, then going after and going through it, you realize there is some light at the end of the tunnel. And one of the easiest things you can do is look back to something else you've already tackled and recognize the cycles you went through. So if you've already been on the swim team for 10 years, try to think back to what it was like when you started. Where was stage 1, where you were uninformed and optimistic? Stage 2, where you were informed and pessimistic. You hated it because you realized how hard it was. What was stage 3 of swimming, where you thought, I don't want to do this anymore? And then stages 4 and 5, where you finally were informed, optimistic, and then successful and fulfilled. Identify it in something you've already done so that you can have some proof and realize, okay, the gym's going to be the exact same way. Because anything worth doing is very difficult. But I'll leave you with this quote. It's from Alex Hormozi, which I got this whole framework from, these stages. It's extraordinary accomplishments come from doing ordinary things for an extraordinary amount of time. Pretty much applies to anything. So if you can just do something long enough, you will win at it. As long as you don't quit, you haven't lost. Now, if you're at this point in the video and you're wondering, okay, I'd love to get in the gym, I just don't really know what to do. I've got a free program on my website. I'll throw it in the description. There's no opt-ins. You don't got to do anything. It's literally a free program. Stupid simple. So you can try it out. Other than that, if you like this, just hit a sub. I'm on the road to 10K. And have a great rest of your day. It's 4th of July right now. I'm going to go make some steaks and log off. Ta-ta.